Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the latest edition of the Quelima Micro cameras, the SQ13, which is this one right here you're looking at right now. We did a review on the previous version of the Quelima SQ12, and if you haven't watched it before, go and check it out. I'll put a link in the description below. And just before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to support us, keep us going. It just takes 1 second and it's free, guys. And we'd like to thank you so much for all the support. And again, don't forget to subscribe. And back to this camera here, the SQ13. I will try to keep this video as objective and as short as possible. So apologies if I miss anything. Please leave comments below and I will try to answer as quick as I can. Now, here we go. Let's do it. Alright, so this is the SQ13. Now my first impression is that they really step up their game with this one. Now they changed the casing for alloy, so it's no longer plastic, and it seems like the guts are fixed with screws at the bottom, if I'm not mistaken. Another change is the SD slot now is a press to release or press to fix, and not just like the previous version where you have to push, but it's not 100% secure. And one more thing, they have changed the USB to the standard USB size in case you don't have the USB cable around, and you know, it makes it a lot easier because you can use any other USB cable for charging. And on the top as well, as usual, we have 2 buttons and we have more functions, which I will talk about in a bit. And when you buy the camera, you've got this pod, which it's a magnetic one, which can fix the camera in whatever angle you want. You get a USB cable for charging, and then you've got a manual, which is inside right here, English and Mandarin as usual. Yeah. And here, that's how they describe it. So you get video format as AVI, and video coding. It says that it has been changed to H.264. I don't know why they put MJPEG here. Video resolution as 1080 HD, 30 frames per second, and you know, all the information that's just about here. Working time about 90 minutes to 100 minutes. Charging 2 to 3 hours, and etc, etc. Pretty much similar to the previous version. And one of the key features that they put in this camera is the Wi-Fi, which enables you to connect this camera to the phone via app and Wi-Fi, of course. And you can make the adjustments in size, picture size, and date, timing, etc, 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 which I'll show you in a bit as well. Now, just before we move on, I'm going to bring back the SQ12 here, so just for a quick comparison. Okay, so now we look at both cameras here. The SQ12 is slightly smaller, and it's lighter as well. So the 12 is about 10 grams lighter than the 13. Now that may not be a big difference if you're flying maybe 5-inch quads, but it does make a difference when you fly small quads like this. It's a 3-inch quad, which the extra weight might compromise the performance of the quad, which is you know, pretty much the same. It's just you know, a little bit heavier by 10 grams. Cool. Okay, now let's have a look into the app, and then after that I'm going to show you some of the footage I have made with this camera here, and I'll let you guys judge by yourself. Now, just before we move on, one more thing I want to pinpoint for you is I didn't really notice a lot of difference in quality of image between these 2 cameras. I really like the 720p of this one. It's pretty clear, to be honest, for the price that you pay for this camera. And it seems like the audio has improved a little bit as well. Now the Wi-Fi function is not really useful for me. I like to switch between modes really fast, and I don't like to be going to the app and switch on the Wi-Fi and all that stuff just to change the resolution or the size of the pictures, which it can be done pretty quick with this one. And I need to go into the Wi-Fi settings and etc. and then the app to switch into this one. So in between both cameras, if you're looking for something to just quick record and on the go, which is this camera is pretty good. But if you don't mind going into the app, log in the Wi-Fi and go into the app to change the settings and stuff, then definitely this camera is the way to go. Now I'm just going to demonstrate to you how this camera works very quick. So here you press to switch on. Once it's switched on, you get a red light here. If you want to take a photo, you just press once again on the power button, and then yeah, that the blue means you have taken a photo, right? And if you want to record, you have to press this button once and then switch into recording mode. As you can see, it's blinking because it's on record mode. And if you want to go into the infrared function, you have to hold this button while you're recording. Then you get the infrared here, which means you can record in the dark and dark places and low light, etc. Cool. All right, let me switch it off. Okay. Now for the Wi-Fi, once you switch on the camera, you have to hold this button a little bit longer than the recording, and then that means you are in Wi-Fi mode, which I will show you right now. How do you connect to your phone? Okay, once you connect it to your phone, you go into the Wi-Fi settings right here, and then you click into the SQ13 Wi-Fi settings, and then once you click here, you open the app, and then this is how you connect the camera with your phone. And you get all the settings right here, which is video resolution and photo resolution and date, time, etc., etc., as you can see here. And you can also control the camera with the app, which means you can record and you can take photos using the app, and then it will be recorded either in the phone or straight into the camera's SD card. Cool. To the standard USB size